watching what has happened with Tina Peters and Donald Trump's attempt to assist her out of prison with her criminal ass. Just in case you guys don't know who Tina Peters is, here's a quick flashback of her being arrested.
Okay, no. Randy, put your cup down and turn around. Ma'am?
No. Let go of me. You let go of me. Let go of me. Let go of me. Let go of me. Oh, no. Let go of me. Go. It hurts. Let go of me. Give me my
Do not kick. Do you understand?
Stop it. No, let go of me. Yes, you are, Caleb. Give me my key to my car. Give me my key to my car. Give me my key to my car. Give it to me. Give me my key.
Stay out of here. Step outside for me, please.
Take my purse. Let go of me. You're hurting me. And I'm going to show all the bruises that you put on me.
If you're not going to cooperate, you'll be charged with obstructing.
Let go of me.
You understand that?
You let go of me now.
No, ma'am.
You're bruising me. Let go
Stop
of me.
pulling against us.
I'm not pulling against you. Let go of
then
me.
Stand up like an adult.
Shut up. What an asshole thing to say to me.
That was the very entertaining arrest of Tina Peters from a few years ago. Her ass has been sitting in jail because she broke the law. Again, I want to remind everyone of who Tina Peters is and what it is that she did to land her dumbass in jail. She's a Trump supporter and former clerk of Mesa County. And she was found, this is in Colorado, she was found guilty of tampering with voting machines after the 2020 election that Donald Trump lost. At her trial last year, Peters was convicted of helping non-public employee gain access to the county's voting machines. Upon receiving that access, the individual took county passwords and proprietary information about the machines, which were made by Dominion voting systems. Trump and his allies have alleged that the company helped rig that 2020 election against him. And her dumb ass was sentenced to 9 years in prison for breaking the law. So when they snatched her ass up and said, come with me, and we're going to put these handcuffs on super tight, put your hands behind yourself and act like you're praying. And we're going to put these handcuffs on you super tight. And they took her ass away. The next level of the fun was when she was sentenced and the sentencing judge, he didn't hold back on letting her know what he thought of her.
Eyes to the community are what they are, but your reputation at this point is poor because of what you've done here and after. Your lies are well documented, and these convictions are serious. I'm convinced you would do it all over again if you could. You're as defiant as a defendant as this court has ever seen. You don't have those histories of drug and alcohol abuse. There's no lifetime of trauma, not even close to the type of mitigating circumstances I would see from many folks who sit in that chair. No, to the contrary, Ms. Peters, you are a privileged person. You are as privileged as they come. And you use that privilege to obtain power, a following, and fame. And to be sure, there's no doubt in my mind that it's exactly what you wanted, and it defies all sense of common sense to believe when you suggested to me a few moments ago that you didn't want this attention. No, you crave it, ma'am. And there is no one in this courtroom who would consider that to be anything other than the absolute truth. There are many things in my mind that are crystal clear about this case. You are no hero, you abused your position, and you're a charlatan who used and is still using your prior position in office to peddle a snake oil that's been proven to be junk time and time again. In your world, it's all about you. This is nonsense. Our system of government can't function when people in government think that somehow, some way, the power they've been given is absolute in all respects. And that's where you fell.
I mean, damn. The only thing he left off was, now get the fuck out of my face. Bailiff, take her ass away. I mean, he was on point everywhere else. I mean, I would have just added that. If maybe he can hire me as an editor, I can give you an extra last line to really punch it home. But did you guys hear about the news about Tina Peters? Donald Trump posted this. For years, Democrats ignored violent and vicious crime of all shapes, sizes, colors, and types. Pause. How are there crimes of shapes, sizes, colors, and types? Anyway, violent criminals who should have been locked up were allowed to attack again. Democrats were also far too happy to let in the worst from the worst countries so they could rip off American taxpayers. Democrats only think that there's one crime, not voting for them. Instead of protecting Americans and their tax dollars, Democrats chose instead to prosecute anyone they can find that wanted safe and secure elections. Democrats have been relentless in their targeting of Tina Peters, all capitals, a patriot who simply wanted to make sure that our elections were fair and honest. Tina is sitting in a Colorado prison for the crime, in quotes, of demanding honest elections. Here's the kicker. Today, I'm granting Tina a full pardon for her attempts to expose voter fraud in the rigged 2020 presidential election. You go get them, Donnie. They've been talking for a while about how about people begging for him to pardon Tina Peters for her crimes of trying to help him steal an election that he tried to steal because he lost and he's a loser. Here's a piece of information in case you guys don't know. The president only has the power to issue pardons and commutations for federal crimes. That's what Article 2 of the Constitution that he absolutely hates clearly states. Tina Peters was convicted by a jury of her peers for the crimes in a state court. That's what the Colorado Secretary of State, Jenna Griswold, said. Trump has no constitutional authority to pardon her. His assault is not just on our democracy, but on states' rights and the American Constitution. And on Tuesday, a federal magistrate judge denied Peters' petition to get out of prison. In doing so, he also noted a typo in the motion. Oh, that was just petty. He goes, I'm not letting this lady out because, number one, his pardons mean nothing here. And number two, you guys used the wrong there. The typos are off the charts here. But there's more, though, because the Colorado Attorney General, Phil Weiser.
This is a lawless act. It's an act of intimidation. It has no basis in American law. Our system of government gives states authority to run their own criminal justice systems. As you noted, there was a trial. There was a conviction by a jury. There's an appeal to the state courts. All that is happening under the rule of law. This president doesn't respect the rule of law, but he doesn't have authority to undermine how we operate our judicial system.
Damn, that's weird. It's like he doesn't know what he's doing, but he keeps thinking he can just throw his weight around and tell everybody what it is that they can do. But there's the Colorado AG saying, "Fuck you." I mean, he kind of said that. Maybe the governor of Colorado, Jared Polis, maybe he gave middle fingers. This is what he said in response to this pardon. Tina Peters was convicted by a jury of her peers, prosecuted by a Republican district attorney. Don't forget these parts. I think that's very important. She was prosecuted by a Republican district attorney and found guilty of violating Colorado state laws, including criminal impersonation. No president has jurisdiction over state law, nor the power to pardon a person for state convictions. This is a matter for the courts to decide, and we will abide by court orders. I mean, I can assume that he gave middle fingers in that because he seemed pretty forceful in saying you can't do anything that you want. You can't violate state laws. As a matter of fact, I feel like Republicans throughout the years have always said things like states' rights, let them do what they want. As a matter of fact, just the Constitution straight up in this case says the president can't just go pardoning any criminal that he feels like pardoning. So that ain't going to work. Strike two, some bitch. He's having a really bad day. Yesterday was really bad for Donald Trump. But just because I despise Tina Peters so much, because as that judge he was sentencing her ass to 9 years said, you're a privileged individual. You think everything revolves around you. That's who Tina Peters is. And there's another flashback video of her talking to unwashed Steve Bannon. And again, she shows her true colors.
What were the thoughts in your mind that night when you went to bed?
Well, unfortunately, I didn't go to bed. They keep the lights on 24/7. They have it, you sleep on a 1-inch plastic mattress with no pillow, no sheet, just barely covering up with a blanket. And in my case, there were 5 other women in this particular room that I was in. I can't even call it a room. It was a jail cell with a toilet. And my chief deputy was in a little bit larger room with 9 other women in her cell. They did not, it was a no contact. They did not allow us to communicate, contact, be together. The people that were in there were just hopeless. It was so sad. The food in there, I would have eaten my dog's vomit rather than eat that food. It was awful what they're serving to these people.
There's an old Republican adage. It says, hey, if you can't do the time, don't do the crime. We got thin mattresses. I can't believe it. I'd rather eat my dog's vomit than eat the food that they put there. Do you know they wouldn't let me talk to my chief of the staff? She was put in another cell with 9 other women. It's almost like we love punishing people who are criminals that we don't like, even unfairly at times. And we bask in their torture when they're in prison. We bask in the fact that they're rejected from any kind of normalcy and not treated like humans. But it's been ratcheted up even further as she continues to support the president that's implemented this mass deportation and detainment policies that have those conditions 10 times worse than that, Tina. So forgive me for not giving a damn about your thin mattresses and your slop food that you don't want to eat, because they're literally keeping medical intervention from folks who need it when they have them detained unlawfully, and American citizens, people that haven't done anything except walk down the street. So let me leave you guys with this, because I thought this was fun. I showed you guys earlier the judge talking her ass down. This is her moment. This was her a minute or so to talk about the conditions that she deals with and how she has specific special needs for her to be in prison.
I'm very taken back by how awful I've been depicted when I was just trying to do my job, the people expected me to do. When I look at the people that have spoken here today and asking for harsh sentences, I'm just appalled. I feel bad for them, because I know, I've often said God doesn't like people messing with his kids. And I believe I'm a child of God. And I believe that it was important for someone to stand up. And I chose to do that. I have health problems that would not be treatable in the Department of Corrections. First of all, I need a magnetic mattress. I've been on that since 1995. I was in 2 rear-end collisions in 84 and 2010. It was pretty severe. I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia, I don't know if you can zoom in a little bit, and chronic fatigue as a result, and I had to stop working for the airlines in 1995. I was up all night because I was in bed all day. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't control these symptoms until I got, believe it or not, a magnetic mattress of which I still sleep on. I will not have that at the Department of Corrections.
You damn sure won't, Tina. I guess your fibromyalgia and whatever else happened from your car accidents is something you should have thought of before you broke the law. Before you thought your dumbass president was going to have the power to pardon you. So enjoy your slop or your dog's vomit, whatever that is. Also, enjoy your thin mattress. The magnetic ones are only at home. I guess you'll see those in about 8 years or so. I think she's been in there for a year now. Good job, Tina. And good job, President Trump. You don't know what you're doing.